Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is the first part of January's Empties, the first couple of weeks from the 1st to this past Sunday, which would be the 15th, I think, maybe, this past Sunday. Today is Wednesday the 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th. Yes. Okay, let's get started. I have my basket here filled with my empties, and there are a good bit in here where the notes are not on the package, but I did go and look them all up, even the retail ones. So we'll have some fun with this video. Just going to empty out my empties here. Poppy wanted so much to be on camera tonight. She's actually right under the door right next to me. I told her she gets into stuff and knocks stuff over, so she's not allowed in when Mama's on camera. So, but she puts her little paw under the door to let me know that she's here with me. So, she's my baby. Okay, January. It is cold here in Utah. I had to go out to an appointment this evening, and I stopped at the gas station. I hate pumping gas in winter. I hate it because, you can't leave the car running and get in it and while it's pumping and all that stuff. I wish you could do it. But I hate pumping gas in the winter, and it is that cold January where it just goes to the bone. I don't like cold weather. I don't mind the snow per se, but the cold is what gets to me. I hate winter. I hate wintertime. I probably started hating winter when I was probably in college and I had to walk in all sorts of weather to classes, and it just, gets hard after a period of time. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So let's get started, guys. Okay, I have a good bit of selection in here, a handful of retail, which I'll start with, and the rest are vendor. So first of all, tried and true, Yankee Candle, Balsam, and Cedar. I will say I am retired from buying Yankee Candle melts and Yankee Candle period. I say that very unsure that I'm not going to purchase any fall candles from Yankee coming up this fall, because I do love Witch's Brew, and I do love Jack-o'-lantern from their Halloween line, and I really do like their pumpkin banana scone. But is it enough for me to order them, pay shipping? Who knows what they're going to be this fall, price-wise. And these little guys here, I'm finding this one doesn't really count because it's a strong one. I've loved this for years. This is a classic balsam and cedar, pine, a little bit of that fresh cedar wood. This is refreshing. I smell a little bit of citrus in here. And I didn't look up the notes of this because, I think most of you out there, if you've been into wax and melts and such for period of years, you've probably smelled this. Unless you absolutely hate pine, then you probably haven't smelled this, because that's what it is. But would I buy this particular product again? Yes, I would probably buy this particular scent. But overall, my opinion of Yankee melts are, they don't last very long, and they have poor performance. I mean, it's really hit or miss. And I do have probably 6 or 7 more of these, whatever clams, whatever you want to call these oval shaped things. And I will use them up, and I will, review them as I use them up throughout the year. But my goal is to use them this year because I've had them for a couple of years and I want to get them on out of here. But that's my opinion on Yankee, and that's that. So that's this one here. Right out of the gate with a classic. Okay, next is Better Homes and Gardens Walmart Wax. Frosted Winter Flurries. Excuse me. Okay, notes of this one. A lot for this little guy. Ozone, bergamot, green, eucalyptus, evergreen, pine needle, white birch, Siberian fir, sandalwood, and cedarwood. Lots of damn trees in this one. Lots of trees. Every tree I think they make in oil is in this one. This is fresh. This is tree, of course. I love how this just makes you feel like you're walking through a snowy forest. Do I walk through snowy forests? No, because I hate the cold. But in a perfect world, this is how the snowy forest would smell to me. You get a little bit of that iciness from the ozone, definitely, and the eucalyptus and the green. So bravo Walmart for throwing those notes in there, because if not, this would just be, you know, pine. So I like that. I think I have another one of these clams. I don't know if they make this anymore. I think they do, but I'm not sure. I really didn't look at Walmart wax this past season, so forgive me. These next two, Kringle Deck the Halls. Now, my very first experience with Kringle candles and Kringle melts was this past fall. I bought a couple of times. I bought some Christmas scents, and I bought some fall candles and fall melts, and I bought some Halloween from when, you know, they had their Halloween launch. I love Kringle. I really like their melts. Their quality, they're much better quality in my opinion than Yankee. They're definitely better quality than the Better Homes and Gardens and the Sensationals, because they use a lot of complex scents. I mean, check this out. This is cinnamon, clove, tonka, spice, almond, musk, vanilla, sugar, and amber. That's a lot for this. Now, what this one smells like to me is 80% cinnamon and spice. They definitely know how to get this going. This is like a weaker version of Holiday from Bath & Body Works, if you've ever smelled that one. It's that quintessential spicy cinnamon, that little bit of clove, that cinnamon scent. You know, not the sweet cinnamon, of course, but the spicy cinnamon. What I do get in here on warm is definitely the spice, definitely the cinnamon, but I get a little bit of musk and I get a little bit of amber. And I don't pick that up on cold. That's only when it came out on warm. I think I'm going to sneeze, so just letting you know. Would I buy this again? Absolutely. Because I kind of like a little bit of spicy spice at Christmas time, but only Christmas time. I am not a person that's going to melt spicy cinnamon any other time of the year, because I mean, I do like this. It's a nostalgic scent per se. And another one, this is Country Candle, which is, you know, the sister company of Kringle. This is Nativity. I really liked this one too. This is citrus, linen, cashmere, amber, toffee, and tonka. So a little bit smoother and creamier than the Deck the Halls is. And what I liked about this one is that I love amber. I will try anything if it has amber in it. I love that. Amber's hard to describe, but I love it. It just gives something to scents. You know, if you have a blend, throw some amber in it, it changes the whole tone, in my opinion. But I love the cashmere in here. It makes it smooth, it makes it cozy, it makes it different. This is unlike anything I've smelled before, this blend. And I would buy this again. I really would. You get a little bit, I get a little bit of linen, just a little bit of linen, enough to clean it up a little bit, enough to make it a little fresher. So that's that one there. That's all the retail that I have. So let's move on into the vendor. Okay. If you watched my last December Empties video, I had explained that most of the time what I've been doing to get through my samples, I have a lot of samples, especially L3 samples, because I purchased her Try Me sampler 2 times, maybe 3, I don't remember. So I've built up a good bit of samples, and plus each order gets 3 samples in them, and you know, I am no stranger to L3. So I have built up samples. So what I've been doing is in the master bathroom, I've been melting a little sample. And then out in the bedroom, I have a complimentary scent going. And that's what I told myself, you know, I'm going to melt through my stash. That's the mission of 2023. I want to get through what I have. So I'm using some samples this month. So I do have a good bit of samples in here. So let's get started with the vendor. Okay, some of these are not holiday winter themed. I'm still working on holiday winter themed things, but I am throwing some normal ones in here because, you know, break up the monotony a little bit. Cardigan by Vintage Chic. This was from the Taylor Swift restock last year, January 26th, almost a year ago. This is Cozy Cardigans, Fresh Cotton, Coconut Milk, and Lavender. And why I bought this one is coconut milk and lavender was one of the very first scents that I found and I fell in love with in vendor wax. The first being zucchini bread. So zucchini bread always will have a place in my heart, of course. I love zucchini bread blends. But coconut milk and lavender, it's creamy, it's comforting. It's just, it makes me feel like home. It's just that warm embrace, that hug, that feeling. So I like that she put the cotton and the cardigan in it because she made it kind of, I don't want to say laundry, but it's, because it doesn't smell like fabric softener or laundry detergent or anything like that, but it has that crispness, that clean to it. And I like this. Would I buy this again? Maybe in a smaller size like this. I don't think I would want a Blossom bar or a loaf, nothing like that, because I do tend to like her bakery a little bit more. But this, I would buy it in a smaller size just because of that coconut milk and lavender aspect. I do like blends that have it in it. Okay, the Mist L3. This is Ozone, Saltwater Mermaid, and Abalone. Or abalone, however you say that. Sorry. This is very, very fresh, very, very clean, very, very nice. I like this. I love Saltwater Mermaid. I think Jen was talking last week, or even this past weekend, about her melting Saltwater Mermaid in her house. Pretty sure it was her. And how this is very aquatic. This makes you feel like you're in, when I say swamp, I don't mean, like the Everglades or something like that. I mean like a damp, kind of boggy area, maybe reminds me, I know this is stupid, but it reminds me of somewhere in England where it's very damp and where they're trudging through hunting, watching their prey. Kind of, I watch The Crown too much, I think, where the queen goes on her hunting exhibitions. But this reminds me of freshness, of clean. That Saltwater Mermaid is a great blend. So I would buy this again, definitely in a heartbeat. That's a good one. Next is L3, Pink Sugar, Vanilla Balsam, Vanilla Bean Noel. I liked this one. And I don't gravitate a super ton towards pink sugar and pink sugar blends just because sometimes it's a little too sweet for me. I'm not a cloyingly sweet person in terms of wax, I mean. But I don't really like to melt just pink sugar. And I know there's a lot of you out there that do love that pink sugar and love that femininity, that sweetness. And that's great. I like the pink sugar blended with something that's has a little bit more depth to it, a little bit more of a richer component to kind of tone out the sweetness. So the addition of the Vanilla Balsam, and especially the Vanilla Bean Noel, this has a good vibe to it. I think I melted this. I'm pretty sure I melted this in my bathroom. In fact, I know I did because it was just the other day. The pink sugar is there, but you do get the sweetness of the vanilla from both the VBN and the Vanilla Balsam. You get a littlest, tiniest pinch of the pine that comes through, but I really liked this one because it's definitely a pink sugar blend, but it's toned down in the sweetness department. Good job on that one. Teddy Bees. I got this in a random act of kindness. This is Snow Covered Orchard. Let me tell you about this one. This is Sparkling Snow, Whipped Vanilla, Apples, Pears, and Plums. This is nice. It's very nice. This one, oh, I can still smell it in the bag. It's definitely a fruit blend with a little bit of freshness and a little bit of iciness from the Sparkling Snow. This really does smell like an orchard with icy tones. This is perfect. I like this. I would buy another souffle of this. It is strong. It threw very well. I had this going throughout my home. You know, I can cut a souffle into 16 pieces. And sometimes, depending on the strength of the scent, I don't cut 16, I cut 12 for the most part. But I've been trying to do 16, and I've had success with everything I've cut in 16 pieces. I can get 16 melts essentially out of that. So cost effective, and less is more, in my opinion, with Teddy Bees. So I definitely get the apples, the pears, and the plums, that juiciness, that crispness, and I get the sparkling snow, that icy factor, and the sweetness from the vanilla. This is a good Teddy Bees blend. Snowy Woods Sassy Girl. I tried to look up the notes to this. I don't know if this is a new blend that Julie's offered. I see several people in the group wanting to know what the notes are, and I didn't find them, but this has... It smells a little bit of woods, a little bit of musk to my nose, and a little bit of iciness. And I don't want to go too much in depth with this because I've told you, if I can't blind sniff stuff and tell you what's in it unless it's really obvious. And knowing Julie, it's a complex blend, so we'll leave it at that. That is one I would buy though. It's nice. Okay. Pink Sands Strawberry Pound Cake Coconut Cream Pie Sugar Cookie. Pink Sands is Yankee type. Sweet musk, coconut, and spiced vanilla. It's pretty strong. I've smelled it on its own. It's kind of one that I think might give me a headache. There are some scents out there that will give me a headache, and I think Pink Sands is one of those. And I don't know what component of that is making me think it would give me a headache, but I like Pink Sands blended with other stuff. It's too much on its own for me. That being said, this is a nice scent. I definitely get the coconut cream pie, and I definitely get the strawberry pound cake. And I get a little bit of extra something that isn't cookie and isn't strawberry pound cake, and it's definitely not coconut cream pie, so that must be the Pink Sands component. I wish I had this in a little bit more of a larger quantity, so I could really gauge what I get out of this, because it was kind of hard. I had one piece of this. This was going in my... This was going in my master bed. I remember I melted this one evening, and I liked it, but I wish I could have more time with it to where I could melt it again, maybe downstairs on my open concept, to really see this baby come alive. Does that make sense? I hope it does. That one, we'll leave it at that. Okay, I'll take a break from the samples. Christmas bonus, L3. This is Jelly of the Month Club, strawberry, raspberry, blackberry jelly served over sweet bread. This is a nice one. This is one that isn't poured all that often, but if you like all of those jellies together and you like a little bit of sweet bread, this honestly reminds me of Hawaiian, the King's Hawaiian rolls. That sweetness. And I don't know if that's what it is or not, but to my nose, it reminds me of King's Hawaiian bread. With all those jams and jellies and yummy berry goodness. This is nice. I wish it had just a teeniest bit stronger throw, but this was probably a 7. I kind of like throws around an 8, you know, and as I've said before, I like to be punched in the face with some of these scents because I love a strong scent. This, I have another Bitty Betty of this, which I'm happy with. I love Bitty Betties, are one of my favorite shapes next to buns and scoops. I love it. So if you see this again, you want to give it a try, it's a good one. It's definitely, it's not a cake and it's not a cookie. It's a sweeter bread. That's why I say King's Hawaiian. Salty Siren, excuse me. Saltwater Mermaid, Saltwater Princess, and Mermaid Munchies. Lots of aquatic, lots of freshness going on here. Not last year, 2020, in this summer, Jen had a Try Me pre-order where she did scents that you want to try but not commit to a large size. So these were two fluted tarts in here. And I was new to vendor wax in the summer of 2020, and this was the very first time, maybe it was springtime, I can't remember, but I bought a mess of these, all different shapes, and not shapes, it's getting late here, all different scents, guys. And I really liked the fact that she wanted to let us try something without committing to a larger size. So that being said, I pulled this one out because one, I only had one tart left, and two, it's getting old, so I wanted to use it up. This is strong. This lasts for hours, and probably 7 or 8 hours for me, just because all of those aquatic tones and all of those, I don't want to say seaweed, but those oceanic ones last a long time for me. This I would buy again. That's a good one. Christmas at Santa's. This is Sassy Girl. This is pepperberry wreath, sugar cookies, and marshmallow fireside. I know this one is very, very popular and it sells a lot. I have another brittle of this. I bought this a year ago, January of 22. So I bought that after the Christmas season, and then I used it, this past Christmas season. I like this. It's different. I definitely like the pepperberry wreath, and I should have looked up the notes of that actually, because it's pretty complex to my nose. I'm not quite sure everything that's in it, but I get the sweet smokiness from the marshmallow fireside, and I get the bakery aspect from the cookies, and then you have that component of the pepperberry wreath. This is kind of one you kind of have to smell and give it a try. That's that one. Candy Cane Lane, Swanky. This was a sample. This is candy cane, pink fireside cream cake, and sugar cookie. This is basically a really pretty, sophisticated candy cane scent. This was, I believe this was 2 little circular shapes in here. I think it was, or it was 1 large shape. I don't remember now. But this is one I would buy. This is pretty. It's sophisticated. I mean, Jeannie's blends are sophisticated. That's why Swanky is Swanky, because they're sophisticated, beautifully crafted, complex scents that are just beautiful and sophisticated. I can't say that enough, because it is that's what it is, in my opinion, and I know a lot of you out there feel that same way. This I would buy. It's minty. It's got femininity to it, creaminess to it. This is a classic for a reason. Next, holiday cookie tray, Sassy Girl. This is November 21. That's why I use this puppy up. This is a lot in this one. Sweet buttercream, caramel, almond, orange, sugar cookie, coconut, vanilla icing, vanilla cream, and milk. So basically the most delicious, creamiest, vanilla-iest cookie that you could ever smell. And when I first bought this, I have a muffin, mini muffin in this blend, and I don't think I bought another brittle of it, but the biggest note that I get from this is the buttercream frosting, and this is probably the best buttercream frosting scent that I have smelled. This is strong. It smells like you're making the damn icing yourself. It really does. This is such a good cookie classic scent, and it has the caramel notes come out. It has a little bit of orange. It's got a little bit of coconut. It's a beautifully constructed cookie scent that is just strong. This is not just an average vanilla scent. And I would tell you, because I have struggled with just vanilla and plain vanilla scents my whole entire life. When I started in home fragrance and, being attracted to wanting things smell good in my preteen years and such, I never gravitated towards vanilla. Even, body splashes, lotions and such. I don't want just vanilla. That's not for me. I know there's a lot of you out there that you love that. I've struggled with being able to have it last on my body and have it last in my home. So I will never just buy a vanilla anything. It's waste of money for me. But this is a bumped up super version of vanilla, and it's creamy, it's delicious, it makes you want a cookie. This is fantastic. Very, very good job on that one. Christmas Bark L3. This was an ornament shape from this past fall. Okay. This one is complex. Peppermint, frosted ginger snaps, sweet cream, vanilla, cinnamon bark, and chocolate. This is one I don't know if I would buy this again. I really don't. But I didn't hate it. I'm not a chocolate wax person. But honestly, when I smell this, all I get is chocolate. But it's not just like a chocolate bar. It's not just fake smelling chocolate wax. It's not that. It's got enough of this other stuff in it to where it's like, that's chocolate, but it's more than just that. And I think it's the ginger snap. And I think it's the cinnamon. And cinnamon and chocolate, Mexican chocolate, if you've had Mexican hot chocolate, it kind of reminds me of that, honestly. I don't get peppermint, and the vanilla is just there to sweeten up a little bit. But I'm kind of on the fence if I would buy this one again. But I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and try something that's a different mixture, like ginger and peppermint together, and chocolate and cinnamon. It's a concoction. So I'm on the fence if I would buy this again. But I don't hate it. It's different. Okay. Dessa's Fresh Raspberry Sauce. This is just a single oil. I'm pretty sure it is, unless this is something that she's created on her house blends. I'm not sure. This was a sample. This is, I know raspberry can pull floral for a lot of people. I didn't get floral with this, but I didn't get juicy, fruity, fresh raspberry scent that a lot of us want in our. This is not Vintage Chic's raspberry. That being said, this is it's a bold raspberry scent. This would go well. I wish I had a little bit more of this, like like the baby cake situation. I wish I had a little bit more opportunity to play around with this, because I would blend it with another fruit. I would blend it with a cookie. I would blend it with something to see if it would pull floral when it's mixed with something else. But this is good. It's a great blender. It's great on its own, but I wish I had more of an opportunity with it to really see what it can do. Pink Frosted Cake, haha, and Pink Frosted Animal Cookies. This was a matrix melt. I love the hell out of Pink Frosted Cake. I have blabbed about that so much. I love it. It is yellow cake with strawberry frosting. It is fantastic. I say that in every video. It's like a broken record. But mix it with Pink Frosted Animal Cookies. This is a great blend. If you have Pink Frosted Cake Trig Tarts and Animal Cookies, put them together, you have this. It's strong bakery. It has that animal cookie, that unmistakable, you're smelling an animal cookie scent. It's got that to it, but it has the boldness and the richness of the Pink Frosted Cake. I love this. I would buy that again, definitely. Warp Zone. This is Rose Girls from the Mario Melter line. I am working on a lot of Rose Girls. So I am working, like I said, I'm working on a lot of Rose Girls stuff. So probably I've moved a lot of my older Rose Girls. Like this is a year old. Maybe I don't know quite when this was poured, but this I purchased in the holiday of 2021. So this is over a year old. And I'm using up a lot of my Rose Girls that are that age, because I'm finding they're losing potency at that age. Except the fresh stuff. The fresh blends like Level Up and, her laundry blends and her sex blends, morning sex, peppermint Christmas morning sex, all those ones. Those are just like they were poured. The fresh ones I don't have a problem with. It's the bakery. So I have a lot over in my melting tote. of rose girls that I'm working on. So probably in the next month or so, I will have all of those done. I'm melting rose girls consistently every single day. I'm trying to use them, and some of them have lost potency, like I said, and a couple I've had to just pitch because they don't have, it's not worth melting, basically. So Warp Zone, one of my favorite ones. This is the perfect peppermint bakery. This is Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs, which I love that one. Peppermint and vanilla crunch donuts. This is the perfect, it's a nice, sweet, creamy peppermint, and you have that Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs, and you have the vanilla crunch donuts that just marry together beautifully to be like, this reminds me of peppermint sugar cookie from Bath and Body Works, but it's a little bit creamier than that candle is. You know, if you've smelled it, this reminds me of that, and I love that. I have 4 left in my collection. I think the peppermint sugar cookie. This I bought again this past year with the Mario Melter when she offered them. This is nice. And these were beautiful too. They were pink and gray. I love pink and gray together. Blueberry Island Fresh Gain. Island Fresh Gain is green, fruity, floral, amber, and musk. It's a laundry soap, but I wanted to look and see exactly what the hell is Island Fresh Gain. And it's green, fruity, floral, amber, and musk. Mix it with blueberry. The blueberry got lost in this blend. It was basically just Island Fresh Gain. So if you've smelled that and you've smelled it in wax, that's basically what this was. Nothing special. I wouldn't buy that. Blue Sugar Ice Cream Scoop Bread. Ice cream scoop bread is buttercream, almond, chocolate cookie dough, that's it. Buttercream, almond, and chocolate cookie dough mixed with blue sugar. I liked this. It was blue sugar with that bakery creaminess to it. I didn't really get chocolate chip cookie dough, and I really didn't get almond. I just got a creamy bakery mixed with blue sugar. If you like blue sugar and you like bakery, give this a try. That's a good one. I would buy that in a bunt. I love the bunts. They're my favorite ones. Cherry Lemonade Peeps. Peeps is just marshmallow, basically. I hate Peeps. I'm not a Peeps person. I never liked Peeps ever in my life. So kudos to you that you do like Peeps. I give you all of mine because I hate Peeps. I never have liked it. And frankly, I've had Peeps cake before in wax, and it doesn't have a smell to me. It's just marshmallow. You know, it's not fun. Back to what I was talking about with vanilla. So, Cherry Lemonade Peeps cake. This is cherry lemonade. That's all there is to it. If you like cherry and you like lemon, give this a try. That's a good one. Frosted Vanilla Zucchini Bread. Zucchini bread. So, I have another zucchini bread scent here. This is zucchini bread. Jen's zucchini bread is creamy. It's got the perfect little bit of spice. It's not spicy. It's creamy. It's perfect. It's strong. It's an excellent blender. It's very versatile. It can be blended with everything. Everything. Frosted vanilla. I try to look to see exactly what frosted vanilla is, but I will tell you, this is kind of like a frosting, like vanilla frosting. It really sweetened up that zucchini bread. It made it very, very sugary smelling. It took away that spiciness. It amped it up in the sweetness department and the creaminess department. I'd like this. I would buy this in a bunt. I really liked that one. Coming down to the end here. Amaretto Pretzel Pie Crust. This is another standout scent from the L3 Advent Calendar. I love amaretto. Amaretto, pink frosted cake, zucchini bread, can melt every day and I wouldn't complain. This is wonderful. The pretzel can be a little salty and yeasty. It's a perfect combination. L3's pretzel is good. Mix it with the amaretto. It's even better. And you put that little bit of the creaminess of the pie crust. Oh boy, was this a good one. I would want this in a larger size, probably a bunt. I would take I would even take it in a loaf because it's good. And this is one where you could blend it with other stuff. You could blend it with zucchini bread. You could blend it with coffee. You could even blend it with other fruit. You could blend it with a lot of different things. Experiment. I liked this one a lot. A lot. Mint Julep Bar from Dessa's. This is lime juice, muddled mint leaves, and sugar crystals. This is part of her Main Street Memories collection. I liked this. I like mint juleps. You know, the Kentucky Derby drink. This, I really like the strength of the mint that's in this one. But it's not a minty. It's not a toothpaste blend. This is it's a lime with a spearmint. It's like that. It's the drink, basically. It really is true to its name. It just smells like a mint julep. I've had a mint julep a few times in my life. They're fantastic. And this is what it smells like. You really get the sweetness, the lime, and you get the sweetness of the lime, but that addition of the mint, this is wonderful. I don't see mint julep offered very many places. So I think this was offered in her pre-order from Saturday last week. If you grabbed it, you're in for a treat. This is a good one. And finally, Santa's Sleigh Ride. This is brandied pear, cranberry, and pomegranate. This is fruity, fruity, fruity to the max. I love pomegranate. It's rich, it's bold. I absolutely love cranberry. Rich and bold, and brandied pear. It's just something to round it all out, and it's very juicy smelling. I would buy this in bunts, in a loaf. This is a wonderful scent. You could mix this with fizzy and make it be like a little bit of a, you know, a drink vibe going on there. But that is a very good one. So that is the first part of January empties, and at the end of the month, or maybe this weekend, which is in a few days, I doubt I'll do it. I want to build a little bit more empties up. Probably in next weekend, I will do my empties video, you know, for the last couple of weeks. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you soon.